All right, it worked. Hi, everybody. So, I am going to feel into the energy for today, October 23rd, and maybe 5 days into the future, we'll see, about a week or so. And yeah, let's see what's really. And so this isn't going to be a reading for like the entire effing collective, because not all of them are on YouTube, and certainly not all of them are going to be watching this. This is going to be an energy reading for you, for whoever is going to watch this video over the next week or so, or beyond that. If you run into this like a year or two or a month or two after I do it, then there's going to be something in here for you as well. So just trust that if you are watching this, there is a reason and a purpose and all those good things. So I'm going to do this intuitively first and just see what pops up for us. And then I might do some cards just because that is fun. And I've been really enjoying the cards lately. Okay. So what do we need to know for today and moving forward? What do the people who are going to be watching this need right now? Okay. A lot of grounding. There is so much up right now. There is so much emotional intensity. I keep getting texts from friends and messages from clients about, just how much they're feeling right now, how much they're processing right now. And for those of us who are very sensitive, energetically, a lot of that is probably stuff that isn't even yours. Stuff that is either up in the collective, is up for those you love, those you're connected to energetically. And so really what it's about right now is being vigilant with keeping our energetic space sacred. Working with a lot of light. And I have a ton of, meditations and healings on this channel to help you do that if you want some help, or just do it intuitively. Ask your guides, ask your higher self, ask Archangel Michael to help you clear any cords that don't serve you. Just really, every emotion you have, if you're an empath, if you're really sensitive, every emotion you have, or even, especially the ones that don't make any sense, that just kind of show up and you're like, where did this come from? Why am I suddenly feeling overwhelmed or exhausted or angry or lonely? This doesn't make any sense. If it comes out of nowhere, it's probably not yours. Maybe you picked it up from someone passing by you. Maybe a family member is feeling this. Maybe a boyfriend, a spouse is feeling this. So checking in and just asking, okay, is this mine? And if it's not, sending it, into the light, returning it to sender with love, asking that any cords that don't serve you to be, ask them to be cleared by your higher self, Archangel Michael, or whatever energies you like to work with. Calling in the white light of source can be really healing and very clearing. Doing more kind of earthly human activities like taking a walk, getting out into nature, sitting under a tree, taking a bath with salt or a shower with salt, anything that feels clearing and healing and supportive of your energy. Just more of that right now. All of that, all of the, the self-love. And really being present with what is yours and what's not yours, because chances are most of what you're feeling right now or experiencing actually isn't yours, doesn't come from you, isn't necessarily yours to process. And so clearing that out can cut overwhelm and exhaustion and emotional sensitivity in, it can cut it by 75, sometimes 90%. Often when I check in for myself about, okay, is this mine or is this somebody else's? I get this is like 12% mine and 88% somebody else's. And so it's, it's not our job to heal and process for everybody else, because we all have our own journey to take. We all are so capable of clearing and healing ourselves. And there's a real gift in healing and clearing ourselves. So we don't want to kind of take that on for anybody else, because that actually, it can feel very loving to be like, all right, I'm going to take care of this for you because I know I can. And, maybe, we can judge and feel like, oh, maybe they don't have the capacity right now. But ultimately that just robs them of their, whatever gift is in there for them. So Okay, so for sensitive people, if you're going through a lot right now, just check in and see, is this mine? And then see what you're guided to do to take care of yourself energetically and emotionally and physically. Um, all right. And sleep can be really kind of funky right now. Maybe you're sleeping a lot. Maybe you're not sleeping enough. Maybe you're waking up at weird times of the night and then not going back to sleep. That's just sort of part of it right now. And just know that what if you have a lot of energy in the middle of the night, you know, do whatever feels right to do. Don't just, if you stare at the clock and get mad about not sleeping, it's not going to serve you particularly well. But if you maybe just read and try to rest, or do a guided meditation or some sort of energy healing work, either with yourself or listening to somebody else. Again, there are tons of things on YouTube for that, on my channel and other people's channels. So that can really just help you rest, if not sleep. And if you're sleeping a lot more than usual, give yourself that space. If it feels good to be sleeping, if that's all you want to do, if that sounds like the best thing ever, give yourself that space. Like, things can go undone. The most important work we have right now is this integration work, because we are integrating so much light, so much energy. We're grounding it onto the planet. And that's why grounding ourselves and taking care of ourselves energetically is so, so very important right now. So let's just check in a little bit more specifically. Okay, energetically, what do people need to know right now? What needs to come through? Okay, I'm getting boundaries again. Okay, so some really good boundary work for you to do if this feels right. As always with all of these videos, just take what feels right and leave the rest. Some messages are for different people. But I'm just seeing, like, drawing a circle around yourself, like an energetic circle around yourself. Archangel Michael can do this for you too. Your higher self can do this. But drawing an energetic circle around yourself can really help you feel like, okay, this is my space. This is my dance space. That is your dance space. And keeping that space sacred, keeping that yours and yours alone, filling that with your energy rather than letting everybody else's energy creep in, filling that with I did a meditation around connecting with the tone of your soul, the really specific, unique vibration of your higher self, your soul, filling your circle, your vibration. That is going to help keep you clear. It's going to help keep you protected, and we are so protected right now. But asking and working consciously with that protection is really powerful. Working, consciously with your guides and your higher self and God and source and, spirit guides, spirit animals, whatever you like to work with, all of the above. Working with it consciously and asking is so powerful. Because, of course, free will is a thing, and so they can't help unless we ask. And sometimes, some people like to work with their main guide and just say, hey, please help me whenever I need it. You have an open invitation. So that can be good too. But yeah, really keeping this circle of space sacred and filling it with your vibration, your energetic signature. That is what is going to help you move, like, really strongly on your path toward what it is you're here to do, toward your purpose, toward what you're here to create, experience, the way you're meant to love, who you're meant to love, what you want to make, what you want to do. It really, being in your energy is the very best way to do that. And this can take some work. I've probably spent, God, I guess 10 years now, really clearing myself out and healing and working with my own space. And it doesn't need to take 10 years. We're all on a journey. We're all on our own individual, unique, perfect little walk of the soul, I guess we want to call it that. And we're all always in the perfect space and the perfect time. So, it doesn't need to take 10 years. It can take 10 minutes. But it's a journey. There doesn't need to be, time parameters put around it, but we also don't want to rush or feel like we're not in the right place, because you're always in the right place. Um, but let's see, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so being really in your own vibration, in your own tone, that is what is going to help you create the life that you want. While also knowing that everything we have created already, even if it doesn't feel like, our conscious selves would be like, yeah, this is what I want. On some level, you have created your life exactly the way you want it. So that can be something that's fun to dig into if things don't look the way you want them to. Like, okay, what about this situation do I want? Why did I create it this way? Why is this perfect? So for me, to kind of ground an example a little bit, I have been wanting, my whole life wanting things like, a partner, like a long-term partnership and children and a family. And I haven't created that yet. That hasn't happened for me yet. And I just, I turned like 40. So there's time, but also at some point you start feeling old. Um, so, so why is that? Why did I want it that way? Why did I create this? Why did me and my soul, me and my higher self, this sort of amber person and my higher self, why did we create my life this way? Why is this perfect? And what I'm realizing is that it's not that life wanted to drag my happily ever after into a back alley and like beat it to death. Life wanted to teach me how to surrender. Life wanted to just help me be very present in the moment, very present with the people I am here to connect with. And, maybe there are more of them than I expected there to be. Maybe there are more partners than I expected to have, as like, people to grow with for a certain amount of time, people to love for a certain amount of time. And it's not right or wrong. It's just what I chose on some level. And it is perfect. And it's helped me be very much in the present and able to enjoy and love someone for exactly who they are and where we are together in that moment, rather than constantly being in the, okay, what's next? What's coming? What is this going to be the thing? Is this it? Because it's a very weird energy. Clearing, throat chakra clearing right now. Anyway, my reason for talking about that, my reason for bringing all that up is that if your life hasn't gone the way you expected it to or wanted it to or planned it to, you can really feel into that now and look at, okay, hi soul, hi higher self, why did we create it this way? Why is this perfect? And then from there, you can really gain some very deep wisdom and insight about your path, about your experience, and move from there and play with it from there, because we can always create something new. We can always create something new. We can always step into a new experience. A lot of us have kept ourselves in a very small little box because that feels comfortable, because it feels easier for many, many reasons that, we don't necessarily need to go into in a YouTube live. But if you want to play with more of that, um, I do sessions and there are lots of other ways to play with this. But for the purposes of right this very moment, we have, a lot of us are very comfortable in the small box. But we don't need to stay in that box. That box actually never really existed. I was doing this work with myself this morning, just sort of asking like, okay, why do I feel like I'm in this little box? It's like, well, there isn't a box. There is no box. So I was like, okay, what do I do with that? And the message for me was, okay, play more. And I literally wrote this down for myself. How can I play more every day? Like, how can I just be in this really exciting space of life and creation? And we all have the power to create anything we want in any given moment, but we have to be in that moment. We have to be in that present space. And we have to be in that energy, in an energy that feels good. It can be an energy of play. It can be an energy of joy. It can be an energy of love. It can be an energy of creation. Whatever energy feels really exciting to you, whatever feels like it's helping your vibration and your energy rise and expand. So there is great possibility and momentum for expansion now. And that's what, if you feel like you're going into this cave or this downward loop, this downward thrust of emotion, and it feels like you're being weighted down, it's like you're the pebble in a slingshot. You're being pulled back and it's really uncomfortable because you're about to shoot forward. You're about to just expand into something new, something that maybe you couldn't even have imagined, something that we can't know from this place. So if you feel like you're really in maybe a deep hole or in a lot of emotion, just know that you are in the resistance phase. You're in the pullback phase before you just blow forward and expand in a really big way. And so there's nothing, it's like the rock isn't pushing so it's like you and your human self are the rock in this slingshot, and it's your higher self is the one pulling it, and your higher self is the one that's going to let it go. So you just have to you can just be the pebble and be like, all right, oh, here we go, okay. And you don't have to force it. You don't have to keep pulling it back. You don't have to let it go. Your higher self is doing that. You just have to kind of be in the experience and enjoy the ride. Because when you do move forward at that tremendous velocity, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, we didn't even get to the cards today. Let's see, should we pull a card? Okay, we're gonna pull one card and just see what it says. Excuse me, my nose is running. If you're experiencing a lot of symptoms, maybe your throat is hurting. A lot of us, especially women, especially the divine feminine, we've been doing work with our throat chakras around speaking our truth, whether it's truth to yourself, truth to someone else, truth in the world, whatever it is. There's a lot of that clearing, and so that can make your throat hurt. When you're clearing a lot energetically, when you're downloading a lot of light, like your nose can run, you can get a headache. So I've had like a red runny nose for a while. You can have weird aches and pains. So if you're having anything, just clear the cards, clear the energy. If you're having any weird symptoms, of course, take care of them however you feel like taking care of them. If you feel like you need to go to the doctor, go to the doctor. But if there's something strange going on, just know, there we go, there's the card. Any other cards? No. Just know that a lot is happening energetically right now, and that can manifest physically. So just kind of, be patient with yourself, be patient with your physical body, and know that you can work with your higher self to heal yourself physically, emotionally, mentally. Your higher self has your spiritual blueprint. Your higher self has your life blueprint. It has your DNA blueprint. You in your healthiest self exist etherically, and you can connect your physical body to that etheric, perfect version of you, and it can work with your physical body I can do a bigger video on this if anybody's interested to talk more about that, but you can really connect with the healthiest version of you, the highest version of this physical body to heal whatever might be going on. I do that with various things. Okay, so what card did we get? Ooh, of course we did. Yeah, that's a perfect card. Regeneration. Beautiful. Okay, so we're in a lot of fiery energy right now. We're in a lot of Phoenix energy. This is sort of the Phoenix month. We're burning away what no longer serves us. We're creating massive space for this, this slingshot, this forward momentum that either is coming or will come, and sometimes we are pulled back, we're released, we go forward so fast, and then we end up in the slingshot again. But that's just because we're about to propel farther, even more into whatever we're here to do, whatever's waiting for us. So the regeneration is really a lovely and powerful message for us right now, because that's what we're doing. If you feel like your life is crumbling down around your ears, if you feel like there is so much coming up that you don't know what to do with it, you're simply regenerating. You're in the burn of the clearing, and you are clearing space for something new and glorious. You're creating space for new love. You're creating space for peace. You're creating space for just wild abundance. You're creating space to just have creative energy pouring through you so you can create in a way that maybe you've never created before, whether that's artistically, business wise, in your life, whatever it is. So much space. Okay, so I'm going to go to the actual message from the card. Just get there. Doop, 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 doop. 46. Okay. Yeah. Rebirth, second chances, new opportunities. Second chances is interesting because we're in a fascinating time right now where people from your past may be coming back. People, things you thought might have been over, maybe aren't. Or you will have the full final closure on that. So you really can move forward. Either way, things are moving forward really beautifully. Okay, the Oracle's message. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. Slingshot, baby. We're in the slingshot. Okay, so the relationship message is the world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. That's powerful. Death and endings are only illusions. I was just talking about this. So I write a blog as well. I love blogging. If you want to check it out, it's amberadrian.com/blog. And I was writing today about all of this love stuff. And like, I feel like every single part of the desire for the happily ever after is because when you love someone, you want so much time with them. You want to experience them in all of their iterations. You want to experience, the partnership, the relationship in all its iterations. You want to really, grow and develop with someone, and you want to be able to love them for as long as you can. And sometimes those love relationships are fairly short, a few months or a year or a few years. And so there can be a lot of sadness when it ends, but that love never ends. The love doesn't go anywhere. I was joking the other day that like all of the, if I love someone, they get a piece of my heart forever, whether they want it or not, they get it. And so I was joking that my heart needed more corners because all the corners were getting filled. And the response was, well, your heart is infinite. And it's true. Our hearts are infinite. And the love we have for someone doesn't die. Like the relationship in this 3D human plane might end, but the pure love, the unconditional love, the soul love, that really powerful, beautiful love doesn't go anywhere. And it doesn't need to go anywhere because it is unconditional and very pure. It doesn't matter that the relationship has ended. That love is still there, and that's perfect. And if you believe in kind of the eternity of the soul, that we aren't just this human body, then you can experience that love in a different form, in a different way, in another life, in another form, on another plane, whatever, it doesn't matter. So you can experience something new in this life, and that can be really fun. Okay, that was just a lot of talking for that one little piece. Okay, so there is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. So whether that love is someone you've known in the past, it's someone new, that love is coming. It's coming for all of us. And we're in a really interesting, like Venus is in retrograde right now. There's just a lot going on. So basically anything is possible. And the more we can be very present with, sorry, my heater is very loud. The more we can be very present with our own experience, our own energy, and just be in that tone of our soul, be in our very specific, pure you energy, because your expression of the divine is unlike anybody else's. And it's very pure and loving and fantastic. It's powerful. And so when you are in that pure energy of your soul, your tone, your vibration, then that love steps in, whether it's somebody from the past or somebody you meet. or it's a friend, or it's a family member, that love steps in, and it steps in the perfect way for both of you, because you're in full alignment with your soul. And it's the same with everything that shows up for you when you are in that pure tone, that really powerful vibration of you. And we can all connect to this anytime we want. And again, I have a video on my channel that I just did a couple days ago that will help you with that if you want to play with that more. And when we do that, we are radiating love and abundance. And so love and abundance has no choice but to show up in our experience. And the more we just like hold it lightly and allow ourselves to experience it in whatever way it shows up, and just have so much love and gratitude for it, however it shows up, that just invites more in, more love, more abundance, more peace, more joy, and more all of the things. So, okay. So the prosperity message for our regeneration right now is: what happens when it appears you've failed at something? Do you see the beauty in the lesson? The understanding that arises from difficulties is like a seed that lies dormant for a time. Then once it germinates in your subconscious, it pushes through into your awareness. It is becoming apparent that there is a new you, a new start. A more powerful version and form of what you began to plant in the garden of your imagination has surfaced. You are ripe for success. New opportunities, much better than those that came before, appear like gifts from the gods. Now is one of those times when out of seeming loss and failure comes remarkable abundance. Do not dwell on the past, because you really are experiencing a rebirth. And so this is what we are doing in October right now. We are experiencing a really profound rebirth. We are tearing down old structures that don't serve us, and we are creating new foundations for what we're really, what we're here to do, what our purpose is, what we're here to experience, and all the love and the joy and the light and the growth and all of the things that are here for us. We are creating now. We are ripe for. And it's not even, in some ways, it's not even about creating it. It's about receiving it, because you have been creating this for years. You've been creating this. Now it's really more about like, okay, I'm going to be in my energy. I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to radiate me, and things will step in. Things you will be receiving. You will be receiving. So regeneration. Yay. That's a good message for us right now, I think. All right. So let me just check in. Wow, I've been going for about half an hour now. And I do have a session soon, so I should wrap it up. All right. No, that feels good. That feels good. And it's a powerful week, a powerful month, a powerful time. If you feel like you're in the thick of it, just keep breathing, keep holding your own space sacred, keep really, really loving yourself in every possible way. And I don't know why this example is popping in, but I'll share it because it is. For me, one of my challenges in loving myself physically is like loving my thighs, and just not feeling like, okay, self-love is about getting to the weight that I want to be at. No, self-love is about loving exactly who I am and how I appear and what I am right now, because we are all perfect. We are all whole. We are all beautiful. We are all divine. And anything that tells us we aren't, whether it's outside of ourselves or inside of our own heads, it's not true. It's just not true. And so we're really being called to find the truth right now. And again, that might be why your throat is hurting, because you are being activated and empowered to really know and speak your truth, whether it's to yourself or to others, to the world, however it is. And the truth is that you are perfect as you are. You are whole. There's no healing that needs to be done, because we're all perfect and we are all divine. So just connecting with your own unique tone of the divine, your own unique vibration of the divine, that is what will really help everything just click into place for you. That wasn't a very good click. My tongue didn't give us a very good click there, but that's okay. All right, so that feels good for today. So thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Lots of love.